And we're back to learning to code, and this time I'm going to show you how to create a website setup with Notepad and your default browser. So we don't need a special editor for this, we can just use the inbuilt Notepad editor that's given in Windows, and then use this to create a website that we can show in our default browser. Let me just right click, new, and I use this simple text document which is created with the basic editor. And now I give this the typical HTML structure, nothing too fancy, just a basic outline. So we need the doc type HTML, our HTML tags, and a head and a body. And let me put some information in the body so that our browser has something to display. I'll just make it an H1 and call it my website. Now I'm going to save this, but not just save it as. And it's important to give it the correct name. We're going to call it index and then .html. Make sure that you don't save it as a txt file, but instead choose this drop-down function, which is all data or all files. The coding should be UDF-8 by default, and then save it. And let me close this. So here's our test file, but here's the index. Firefox is my default browser, so it has already changed the icon. I double click on it, and here is my website. Let me resize this window a little bit. And if I right click on my index right here and I open it with my Notepad text editor, we've got this file back. So if I add information, let me add a paragraph. And I close it, Ctrl S to save it, and now I reload my website in the browser, and here's our paragraph. So this is the basic setup that you need. It's important, once again, to save it as an HTML file. You can do so by changing the data file type to all data and adding the HTML right here in the name. On the coding it should be UDF-8, but that should be selected by default. And then you can create your own websites with a text editor and display them right away in your web browser. We're going to use this in my next HTML tutorial, so try to set it up yourself and play around with it to get familiar with it. I hope this video was helpful, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.